Yo, what's happening people, it's Kanza here, and in today's video we're doing a meta fight session with Mango. Basically what the session is, it's an improvement of defense. They've basically requested that, they're kind of struggling in some matchups and they want to get better at using the universal defensive mechanics, specifically against like Mei and Milia and some other characters, so we're going to cover that today, so stay tuned.
I guess I feel like I never really think about when I use like Faultless or Instant Block. I tend to use Faultless a lot just because I think Testament has really good meter build and Faultless is good. I like not taking chip damage.
Yeah.
IBs I only ever do if I get accidentally. It's something I've seen people do versus like Kai's Dire Acklet to be able to punish that, or on like Ramrekka's, and I think I could be getting more out of it than I am, I guess.
Yeah. So typically people do try and IB essentially without like, because I know sometimes like people may like get IBs by accident because you're just tapping back, right? So there are some matchups where it is very, very important. One of them I'd say that would be like really important that you'd have to learn it for is Nago. Simply because I think Testament does really good against Nago, but like it's one of those matchups where like if he gets in, for example, it's pretty rough. You can't really get him off without taking that kind of a risk. But like there's situations where like if he was to use instant block against like his fast slash, you can push him back, right? Yeah, so that stops him from kind of like bullying you. So I'll share my screen now. This is like a typical block string from Nago, where he'll go and go try and bite you, right? So typically what you're supposed to do is instant block this, right? You're supposed to instant block the fast slash, so like that, right? So you can try and get out. The problem with this is, let's say you instant block and I think you get like a punish, right, if you try to use Fuki or something. But the problem is like you can press after instant blocking to kind of like take your turn back, but you're still in an RPS situation because that's Nago trying to bite you. If he does like DP like that, you're gonna die.
Right.
Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't matter that you instant blocked. It's you're still gonna die, right? So this is where instant block with faultless defense becomes way more important for specific matchups, and like knowing where to use it.
No pressure.
There you go. So see how he's this far back? When you instant block faultless defense, there's no risk of you having to like press into the character, which is very important
because he's not in range where it could hit or anything like that.
Exactly. So there's no reason to press. And the best thing about this is that because you've pushed him like a mile back, he still used a special, which means that his blood rage is going up anyway. So
and when Nago hits 2 bars of blood in this matchup, he just can't do anything, basically.
Yeah, exactly. You can just keep throwing Grave Reaper, Crows, spam Arbiter Sign, and it's pretty much GG's at that point, until he finds a way in, which he usually won't. So yeah, so it's really important to have like solid defense, and this goes for like the whole cast. There's some matchups where it'll be a bit more tricky to kind of like contain the character. One of them is obviously like Milia, Chip, because they just try and run you down, right? On block, because it's not real. That's free. That's a free air grab. So the only thing to worry about here is if they go low, where you'd have to kind of like fuzzy guard that to some extent. So you kind of play like this. So you're just essentially waiting to react to the jump.
Right.
And that's pretty much it. Like if you can react to it, get the air throw, and then you can just set up your Grave Reaper. It should kind of be game from there because she doesn't have like a lot of ways to get out of your pressure. Especially when you start using Stain, right? That's really strong for Testament. That's pretty much one of their like win conditions. So pretty big. The only other thing I could say that you could actually instant block from Milia is probably like a 6H, which is this move. So they typically do into that, right? Now, this is punishable, but I don't know if Testament has buttons to punish this, because this move, the frame data changes depending on how many hits Millie does of it. So like, I think if she just does like the first couple like this, it's like, I think -5 or something. But if she extends it, it becomes more minus on block. And it's like a little, it's a more like of like a knowledge check, if you want to put it that way, because a lot of Milliers get away with this. They do that on block and then run back in, but no one's really checking them. You know what I mean? And it is punishable. So 2K2D, I think that's like, it's really minus. So if they just do empty 2K2D or 2K2D into any special, if you've got bar, I'm pretty sure you can just super her, because it's even on block, it's really minus. So, right, so she's blocking after that. Oh God, here we go. Okay, so Testament super is a bit too slow. Most other characters, even like Ram, could just do mortal barter there, and it's like a on block punish. So, nice. So what you can do, right?
You might be able to get a 2S.
Yeah, you can. Nice. So yeah, not bad. Maybe if you're close enough. I wouldn't recommend IBing 2K2Ds in like this patch, because most of the characters get like crazy rewards for like landing a 2K2D. Like an example would be Ram doing 2K2D Rekka, hard knockdown, and then you're stuck in the corner or whatever. So I'd recommend like IBing what happens after that, because they typically special, right? Right. But for Millia, yeah, just block it and then punish her, because I'm sure you can do something pretty cool. Like, if you've got me, obviously.
Yeah, 5K dash
into like wall break, right? And then yeah. So that's still pretty good. Even if you block it, there you go. You can try and IB it, but it's probably tricky. You can like punish her quite heavily. Nah, you can't do it anymore. They might have patched out. There you go. Okay. So you can get that, which is pretty nice. Yeah, there's a lot of like secret tag. Yeah, you can get something pretty crazy there if you got bar. So there's loads of ways you can try and like punish her for doing something silly. This one's a bit harder to do because it's like a dash BRC as soon as you see it. But yeah, again, the reward is probably really crazy when you land it.
I was getting really messed up by the like RPS scenario after like I would block S Dolphin a lot of the times.
Yeah. Okay, so is that typically in the corner, I'm guessing? Like they'll put you in the corner, start Dolphin, and then you're kind of like guessing how to get out?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So for this, typically what they do, because I feel like with Testament, it might be slightly a bit easier because of the range of your normals. You're more likely to get hit in some cases, but with buttons like 6P, fast slash, and like 2K, it makes it, and 2S to be honest, it makes it kind of like a bit easier to try and like trade with some of the Dolphins, especially because you can hit them low as well as using 6P, right? So that's pretty good. You can take like the hard knockdown here, and then like throw Grave Reaper, and then after this you can play that kind of like RPS game of like, are you gonna teleport, throw Crow, and then they kind of have to like guess what you're gonna do. For the most part, I would recommend trying to like FD Mei out when she's got you in the corner. The only tricky bit is that she's got command grabs, so it's kind of like, and you can't really burst her, right? She's burst safe for the most part, so it's tough to kind of like make the guess of like, should I do this here or what am I gonna do? But yeah, for the most part, you want to FD her out, and that actually allows you to see what she's doing on like offense, because when she's really close, it's kind of hard to tell if she's done like a H Dolphin or like an S1, and you're kind of like guessing if she's plus or not, right? So FDing her out, I'll get her to do it again. This gives you space to kind of see like what's going on, and then it kind of limits the mental stack, because I know like if she's really close, you're thinking, am I gonna get grabbed? Is she gonna do the overhead? All of that stuff, right? So when you've pushed her out, you don't even need to do IBFD. You can just keep it simple with FD. Here you can start seeing what she's doing. She might run forward now to try and get back in, but then you can start using like 2K, your faster little pokes to keep her at bay. Even like 2K 2D, like that. That's pretty good. Might be a bit tricky. Is punishing May's dust. It's really disjointed for some reason, and I don't think Arts is gonna fix this.
I got hit by that at the tournament I was at. And I was
Did
like,
you?
It's that fucking far?
Yeah. Bro, it's oh man. Like I don't know why it does, but yeah, you can't really do much about this. It is punishable, but you have to be like point blank. Even Kai struggles to punish this with Stun Dipper, which is strange. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to sort this out, but for the most part, yeah, it's
The move in this game that Stun Dipper doesn't punish?
exactly right. Too close to you, you'll be in a lot of trouble. So keep that in mind. As for her throws, I think one of the toughest situations that you'd have to deal with, and something that I'd recommend practicing, is literally going into practice mode and then getting May to do like one of these options, which is like run up, close slash on block, and then getting her to press close slash again, because close slash for May on block, obviously it's plus, right? But if you move, the whole like RPS of the situation is like, she's point blank, is she gonna grab me, is she gonna press close slash again, or is she gonna do an overhead, right?
Right.
As you can tell, I'm not a May player. There we go. So obviously you're gonna try and backdash, but again, you can get caught out like that. So that's like a typical May block string. So definitely go into practice mode, lab this out. FDing, as I said, it does help because it keeps her back. But you don't want to like, this is another bad habit a lot of people have against like characters like Giovanna, where they're constantly doing this because they don't want her to get close, right? Sometimes you just have to sit there, and as I said, FD is like your best friend in a lot of situations. Something like this into the slash, right? Or they'll do 2K, 6K slash. Now, the reason why this is important is because not a lot of people punish Leo for this, but that whole sequence, all three of those moves are like punishable.
Oh.
Yeah, like it's pretty big. But people kind of just let Leo do it, and then he goes back turn, and then they start, complaining. Why am I getting mixed? But yeah, so I'll show you now. So 2K4. There you go, 2K punish, right? And that's without instant blocking. They're frame Leo. You get a throw punish. So you can typically like OS that whole block string. So you're blocking, but you're like, the moment you get the IB, you press throw. Even if you press throw and they do nothing, nothing will come out if they go into 2-3-6, which is this move. Oops, let's go one. Yeah. See, like I'm pressing throw, nothing's coming out, right?
Oh, yeah.
So technically, you're getting a punish if they do nothing. And if they do cancel into it, then you just react and then punish them. So like, this is really, really strong, but yeah, sweet. Well, yeah, thanks for booking a session with me. Is it one unripe mango?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, sweet. Can I just call you Mango?
Yeah, that's
Sweet.
what most people do.
Sweet. Well, yeah, thanks for booking the session. I'll send over a write-up, and if there's anything else you want to cover or feel like I've missed, just let me know, and I'll send you some more notes. And if you want to do any more sessions, I'm always here for it. But yeah, appreciate it, man. Thank you.
So thank you very much. Thanks for being available at 2 a.m. because I work nights.
It's 2 a.m.? Okay. So that was the Metafy session with Mango. Really, really fun talking with them, just helping them, understand certain things with the game, covering the main thing that they wanted to know about, which was defensive mechanics, and how to utilize them with Testament. So yeah, really good session. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to stay tuned. And yeah, peace.